Live from beautiful Ohio, it's the OK Boomer podcast, featuring siblings, the real Jean and Laura.
Hello, hello. I'm Jean.
And I am Laura, and we are here to encourage all you boomers, millennials, and everyone to be happily okay. How are you doing, Jean?
I'm doing great. So happy to be with you. Of course, I always love to be with you, but especially now, we are living in troubling times, and that's an understatement. We are living in times where you really want to be praying all the time.
Yes.
And so that's why it's good to have a little time to share with you on Podcast Island, where we can just be happy and think about our lives and have a good time together. So I'm glad we're together. And how have you been?
Me too. Glad we're together on Podcast Island. That could be a new name for us. I like that. Had a pretty good week. I had one of my millennials come home, and that's always fun.
Yes.
Although the other day, I've kind of had a little troubling times with some stores and restaurants lately. Let me explain. All right, not that I'm feeling old these days, but a little bit. So I had to run out and get some Chipotle for my one daughter. Very happy to do it. Mom thing, love to help, love to get things. All right, so I happily ran out to the store about 15 minutes away to Chipotle. Got to the parking lot and realized I had no purse and no money. Didn't want to drive home 15 minutes. Yeah. So what do? You scrounge your car. Managed to come up with $11, change, and a baggie.
And some napkins for what good they would do.
Sure, broken pens, yes. So I'm thrilled.
$11? Why?
Yes.
Why? From like tolls?
11.
Did you have money out for why?
My OH stuffs his, every once in a while, he'll stuff $1 bills places.
Okay.
Well, not bad places, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right,
Just-
go on.
just in
Yeah,
the
so
dashboard
you have
places.
$11. So
I have
now
$11 and some change. I'm thrilled. But then I thought, how expensive is this? So I call my millennial. She says it's $15 on DoorDash. She doesn't know. And then she says, Mom, just use your wallet pay. Well, I've never used wallet pay in my life. I have no idea how to set it up. So I said, I can't. I cannot do this right now. All right, Mom, fine. Sure, she's thinking I'm old. So I go into my little Chipotle line, carefully and gingerly holding my little baggie with my money. Feeling a little bit funky doing this, but I do it. Managed to get all the things. I debate on the guacamole because it's an extra $2.50. But I cross my fingers, get to the checkout holding my baggie, and the gal is kind of looking at me a little oddly. So I proceed to explain my whole story. And she just looks at me like I've lost my mind. I tell her about wallet pay, blah, blah, blah. Again, she's just looking at me like, oh my gosh, why do I have to do this job? And she just politely says, $10.45. But
Yay!
it was under $11.
You did
So
it.
then I'm just cheering, and I felt so good.
Good. I have two little comments
Yes.
after your amazing story that this is actually your life, right? I mean, this is actually what happened.
Why do you say that?
So two things. First of all, I am on Apple Wallet, and I usually pay with my watch. Very
No.
easy. Yes.
Seriously.
So easy. Just
Your
flip.
Apple Watch?
I pay with my watch. Tap, tap. All done.
Really?
Secondly, my younger millennial for sure, maybe my older millennial, I don't know, coddles me a little more or something. My younger one cannot cope with, I think I've mentioned this in other podcasts, my long talking and the need to bond with like people who are taking your order.
All the time.
I do have that need. So I can see why you shared the story.
All right.
I'm with you on that.
All right.
So interesting. So what a millennial would do would be to just order, stick out their
Apple Watch, wallet, and pay.
Right.
We're done.
right, no words.
A millennial would
Grab
have
the
actually
bag.
just door dashed it
Yes.
to begin with.
So there are differences between the generations.
Apparently, I thought I was actually closer to them than I am.
Yeah.
So that, and also I didn't know this. So I happily come back from my little venture, present the Chipotle, and very thankful. She was very thankful. And then she said, "Oh no, there's no fork in the bag." I said, "Well, no, we're back home." And she said, "Well, surely you've heard of the Chipotle fork." No, I hadn't. And it's a thing, Jean. It's a thing. The Chipotle plastic fork all over the internet. Look it up. Everybody says it tastes better because they make their forks to not slip. It doesn't have a weird steel feeling. It's durable. Everybody, you have to eat Chipotle with the Chipotle fork. Never knew. That's why we're here, folks, to bring you up to date.
Yes, this is probably the most profound thing we're going to say. But keep on listening, friends. Keep on listening.
We are switching from Chipotle to Sam's Club.
I'm with you.
Another big place the OH and I like to visit.
So all of you, we can pretend we're riding along with you. So we drove to Chipotle, and now we're coming out, and we'd be making what? A right-hand turn to go to
Sam's Club.
Couple lights, and there we are.
Twice in the last week, I hate to admit this, I have not been able to find my Sam's Club card. I will get to Sam's Club, realize I don't have my card, have to go home.
And the card's important because
you have to get in with showing your card.
Right.
So fine. So now I have the card, which I feel is in my wallet, but it had been left in a legging of, you know how you have those leggings with the pockets. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so then another time I went, thought I had it in my wallet. And actually, I did. I just couldn't find it. So I drove home and back only to discover it was in my wallet. But finally got to Sam's
You're
Club.
admitting this on like national news.
Surely somebody else has this problem. Does anyone else lose their Sam's Club card? Or things in your wallet? Having wallet problems. All right. So the last time I went, I really wanted a rotisserie chicken.
Oh, they're the best.
They are the best. And they've been $4.98 for probably 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Somebody brought this to my attention probably 18 years ago, and I've never turned around. All right. I happily walk in. I see all the chickens are turning in their little rotisserie chicken. I'm thrilled, but there are no chickens to be had in the counter.
In the plastic container.
Yes. So I managed to grab a gal, and she says, "Oh, you are so lucky you're here. We haven't had chickens for a week."
Oh, you were lucky.
A week.
Oh, my.
There's apparently a whole chicken shortage. So she said 10 to 15 minutes, fine. Of course, I was waiting. Well, then all of a sudden, there were probably 25 people behind me. I was first in line for the chickens.
And you got a chicken.
I did. In fact, not only, I felt like such a leader. It was National Women's Week, International Women's Week. I felt so proud of myself that I also had the foresight to pick up a plastic bag to put my hot chicken in. Yes.
See?
And then everybody followed in turn, and we're all standing there holding our bags, and it was just a wonderful experience.
Another little thankful island time.
It was.
There was a happy moment for you.
I feel like such an American working together with others. All right. A couple other things. Giant Eagle.
Okay.
First,
now we're in the same parking lot.
We're
so
in the
this
same
isn't
parking
too far
lot.
a trip.
Now we're going down to Giant Eagle. Well, the OH had been there last week. I think I was at a real estate meeting, which is always fun. So he was there by himself. When he was there, the one cashier gentleman who we like said, "Oh, where's your wife?"
Oh.
She was at a meeting. And he said, "All right, I just never see you guys not come in together." We are that couple, the Giant Eagle couple. So then I went in this week, same cashier. OH was out of town. And he looked at me very concerned and said, "Where's your husband?"
Aha.
And I said, "Out of town." And he looked at me and seriously looked at me and said, "Is everything okay?" And I thought, I'll be darned. This is how rumors get started. Yes, everything was absolutely okay.
Right. That's very interesting.
Yes.
Again, another interesting commentary.
Yes, but I thought it was interesting. People thought about it, noticed it, felt the need to say that.
Right, because it's a grocery.
Yeah, it's a grocery, so what? Do you ever even look at the people? So they do. I appreciated.
Yes, I like that story.
I appreciated the concern. Now, another thing I will mention is our grocery store workers and our daycare workers took off masks for the first time.
Yay!
Fascinating.
Yay!
Fascinating, because for the first time since my little grandson was born right in the pandy, I could see people's faces. And it was so interesting, faces that I had never seen.
Right, at the daycare, so you always saw them with masks.
I only saw this whole group of people with masks, and I thought everybody looked so beautiful, like so pretty. Like, it's amazing how much better people look when they can smile, when
their eyes
light up more. Yes. So I thought that was a real positive.
Oh, they're good with the positives today. Great.
Yes,
I'm feeling so good and encouraged. Thank you.
I thought you would. All right. I have just a few more little items, if you don't mind me rambling. I'm going to continue rambling. First off, question of the day, which apparently is going around all those TikTok things. Are you ready for the question?
I'm a little scared of TikTok still.
But
go ahead.
This is a simple one, and it sort of brings a smile to my heart because it makes me want to sing Wheels on the Bus.
Oh,
which we love to do with our grandson. All right, the question of the day is, in the world, you ready?
Yes.
It's a global question.
Oh, in the world. All right.
Are there more doors or wheels?
Wait.
That was the question. Running around TikTok.
Say it again, please.
In the world,
yes.
Are there more doors, open, shut doors, or are there more wheels, like wheels on the bus? Somebody pointed out, this is what people in our
I'm just staring straight ahead. I have no... What?
In today's world of pandemics and global crises, this was the big question. Somebody very seriously pointed out, what about cruise ships? They don't have wheels, but they have a lot of doors. Hotels.
Yeah, no.
Cars. It's a thoughtful, provoking question, isn't it? So, ponder that, if you will. Then I had just a couple of other things. The one I'm not sure I can say. 2 millennial phrases were presented to me this week. It's wonderful.
Oh, good.
I love having millennials home. It's just, we learn so much.
All right, for you, 2 millennial. I might write these down. Go on.
Yes, the one, I'll just say it quickly because if you know what it means, it's not very nice and I probably shouldn't say it, but I'm going to.
All right.
Somebody said to them, you've got RBF eyes. If you don't know what that means, I'm not going to go into it.
Riboflavin.
Yeah, no. So RBFIs apparently don't say that to somebody.
I'll try to remember.
I'm going to let it rest at that.
Okay. So you can all look it up.
If
everybody
you want
can
to,
Google
I'm
it
not
if they
saying you
want
should, but this is just a warning as a boomer. Don't say this to somebody. RBFIs.
All right.
I didn't know what it meant. She had to explain it, and I wish she hadn't. Okay. Number 2, TLDR. TLDR. I always thought that meant toddler until it was pointed out that toddler would probably be TDLR. But just looking at it quickly, I always thought it was like a toddler thing. It actually means too long, didn't read. So like if somebody sends you a very long, rambling text or email, I think I sent something or wrote something. I tend to write very long texts sometimes.
Hard to imagine.
Cute. It is hard to imagine.
Too long didn't read.
And somebody wrote back or told me TLDR. I was like, what? Why are you talking about toddlers? And they were very confused by my response of toddlers. But for probably a year, I've seen TLDR and always thought it was short for toddler. I don't know why. But I've been informed and I'm feeling better for it. All right. The only other thing I'll mention, and then I think I'm done with my exciting week, is one of our millennial discussions was sleeping positions. Do you put your arm under the pillow or tucked in close to you? That was the question. And it was a mixed bag with the answers.
I start off going to sleep on my side with my right arm like under my head, and so a little bit of it may go under the pillow.
That's a classic move.
Yeah. Okay.
It's our sister move. Okay, that was my week. Pray tell, what did yours bring?
I need to take a couple deep breaths. You had a lot of
Lot of things
fighting
going on.
Right. So I need to take a couple deep breaths, a little quiet slurp of coffee, but I am ready now.
Yes.
I am ready. All right. I am reading. Remember my Excuse Me, Sir? Is that a good book? I'm reading Atomic Habits now.
Good. Are you really?
Yes. Lots of detail, but one thing called to me, and it's actually called Point and Call. And I think this is good advice for boomers. It actually would be good advice for you. You could have used this, and I'll tell you why.
Yes.
It came from in Japan. They're very organized with things in business. So their train system, you probably know, is like renowned for being fabulous.
Yes.
Well, when they need to check systems or check to see if the track is available or check to see if things coming, they have several of them do it at the same time, and they all have to point and they all have to say what's going on. So they may all point at the go light is green and it's on.
People are doing this?
Yes.
Not robots.
These are workers,
people.
and they found that it's really reduced their errors because they're all saying it. So instead of just saying, yeah, it's clear, they're actually checking. The track is clear, and 3 of them do it.
Wow.
Yes.
Huh.
So the man in Atomic Habits, the author was saying, he and his wife use this when they go to leave the house, they do a point and call, and that's why this would help you, because they would say, do I have my phone? Do I have my wallet? Do I have my car keys? Do I have my drinking water? Whatever you need. They would point and call and make sure they have it before you get in the car. How many times have you gone and sat in your car and realized, where's my
club? Right.
Right. So point and call, I think, would be good for boomers.
Very good for us. Do they say this together, or do we each have our own list of point and call?
Well, I suppose you could decide that, but you're not just thinking in your head like, yeah, I'm ready to go, I've got everything. What you're doing is specifically saying, I'm ready to go, I need my, wallet.
Wallet, phone.
Right.
Card.
Spectacles, testicles, wallet, watch.
Did you say testicles?
I did, because haven't you heard that saying?
No.
Testicles.
This is a family podcast.
Yes, I said that. It's a common phrase.
Oops. What's the phrase?
I'm not going to say it again.
Fine.
I'm moving on. All right. So I like the point and call. Wanted to give you a quick exercise update. Okay. You usually give the bin update, but today I'll give my update. These are still kind of back with our resolutions and trying hard. I've decided I'm doing 10,000 steps a day. I'm always doing a yoga workout every day. And I'm going to close my rings every day.
Good for you.
So I thought that's a good health plan. You can always add to it, but I thought that's a good foundation. And I am proud of myself. I've been doing it, and most of my steps I have to get by walking around my little apartment.
And you get them.
Because it's been so cold and snowy for a while. And
I do.
Get
10,000 in your little apartment.
I do.
Good for you.
So I'm feeling good with that. I've started my spring cleaning. And I was laughing to myself because I thought in years to come, when you're like getting old jackets or purses ready to go, and you're looking through everything, you're looking through the purse to make sure you're not leaving something important like your Sam's Club card before you donate it.
Right.
Think how many masks we'll find tucked away in a purse. I mean, will that make us laugh? It will be like, oh my gosh, because I'm sure mine are everywhere, in every jacket pocket, in every purse, in every
glove
pants pocket, in every glove compartment. We'll be finding masks for a long time, won't we?
We'll have to count to see how many masks we discover along with our little pine needles from the Christmas tree.
You're still finding those?
Oh yeah, daily.
Yeah. Wanted to say. I like the hack, I guess you would call it a hack, that your millennials did when we all got together for a big birthday party, which was so much fun to get together.
I know.
And have a great time. And it was so easy. Like you could go out and buy the presents. It was just all so much fun. It was regular life. So we had a group picture taken, and I thought their hack was great. They set up their iPhone, got in the group, and then used their watch to take the picture.
I know.
I thought that was
very
really
clever.
Snappy. So I offered that. I thought that was
very snappy.
Really
I
great.
should learn how to do that. That was well done. Well done. Applause, applause.
But now I have one more thing. I want to talk about cooking a little bit because I find myself getting back into making more things. I think because we can go out to the grocery pretty much spur of the moment like we used to.
Right.
Instead of thinking of the huge list and one time a month you're getting it all together or you're getting it with delivery. Now it pops in my mind, gosh, I'd like to try, my older son has a good pizza crust recipe he's been telling me about.
Ooh.
I'd like to try it. I need yeast. I'll just run out and get yeast. So I made his pizza.
Did you?
Yeah.
Hard?
No, I had good success with it.
That seems terrifying to me. Anytime I use yeast, I just get the shivers.
It is pretty amazing how it works.
Yeah, it is.
It's like dead and come to life.
But then you have to put it in a warming area to
Yeah.
let it rise.
Oh, sure. So I'm going to make real bread like that. That's next on my list now that I have the yeast. I also made beer bread. I tried it with cornbread in the beer bread. So I've been having fun cooking, which has led me to browse through different cookbooks, which has been fun. And I am trying to eat more fruits and vegetables. Now, I must say, sorry to those who don't agree with me. At least for right now, I never see myself being a vegan.
That's okay.
But I am definitely into adding fruits, vegetables, lentils, all beans. I'm really into adding that.
Yes.
Definitely into that. So I've been looking through a lot of cookbooks. Do you have a favorite cookbook writer?
I love, and I've used them for years. I have two. I have all the Barefoot Contessa ones.
Yeah.
Ina Garden, whatever her name is. I just find those to be wonderful. And I'm still using Love and Succotash, which was a First Baptist Church cookbook from the 1970s, maybe? Or 60s, 70s, 80s, maybe 80s.
Close to the 80s, I would say.
Yeah,
I think I was
but it's wonderful.
grown-up. And what's your favorite recipe in that one? I think I can guess.
Oh, gosh, I don't know. I use the hash brown casserole.
That's what I was thinking, the church potatoes.
The church potatoes.
The famous church potatoes. So you said Ina Gartner and the Old Baptist cookbook.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do you find yourself trying to make more things now since we can get out and do it, or?
No, not at all.
I've been having fun with that.
If I stopped making things. I think I almost made things more during the thick of the pandy because we didn't go out to eat as much.
Yeah.
So now I'm kind of wanting to step back into a restaurant.
We used a lot of healthy choice meals and things like that.
That's okay. Those power bowls.
Oh, aren't they great?
Yes.
The Big Max
Power
Power
Big
Bowls?
Max Power Bowl.
Oh, those are fabulous.
Okay.
Yeah, they fill you up.
Yep.
And not
they
too many
have no
calories.
cookbook needed.
Yep. Let's talk about calamities. I see you didn't have any to report.
No, I had a fairly successful couple of weeks. Yep.
All right. So luckily, we had some great listeners who were willing and kindly shared their calamity stories with us.
These are always good. Thank you, listeners.
So Beth Ann is kind of becoming a regular in the calamity category.
Okay. She's joining me.
She is. She is vying to capture your Calamity Queen title. She may have done it with this one.
All right.
I remember she's got the blog. Really, it's a really good blog. She blogs every weekday. It's just life.me. Like today she talked about how we're ordinary, but we're also extraordinary.
I like that.
Yeah.
I do like that.
Right. So, for example, this is what happened to her.
Yeah.
She has a gorgeous cat.
Oh, she does. I've seen pictures.
Yeah,
Yes.
some kind of is it Russian, Siberian, or
Right.
just
Beautiful
He's
cat.
beautiful, and I think he has a great personality too, from what you can see. So it's nighttime. It's kind of that time where you're buttoning down the house, getting ready for bed.
Yeah.
She's carrying the cat,
Yes.
checking through things, walking through her dark kitchen. She goes to turn on a light, accidentally turns on the disposal.
Okay.
Which, actually in my
That can
place, the
happen.
switches are on the same.
All right.
Right. So nothing, luckily, when you hear the word disposal, you can get kind of nervous. Nothing happened except there's a huge loud noise. She jumped, the cat jumped and clawed her pretty badly, accidentally, because he was.
Right.
So now she's got a wild cat and she's bloody and
Oh. But nobody got in the disposal.
No. It was just that
cat tail.
But that loud noise. No, I know. That's what I thought.
All right, good.
That's her calamity.
Well, sorry she was scratched, but yes.
Yeah. So Jessie from Wales, I love what she did. She gave us 3 calamities, and what I liked about it, she has one for when she was in her 20s, one she was in her 30s, and one when she was in her 40s.
Oh,
so she's going through the generations. She tends to use the word daft. When she has a calamity, she calls herself being daft.
I like that. That's fun.
Daft, yes.
Sounds better than crazy.
Yes, you're right. Daft.
Daft.
It sounds kind of like sweet and charming.
Yes, charming, actually. Yes, I was daft.
And she has Cahalin.com. I'll put this all in the show notes.
Thank you, Jean.
Great supporter. She's a writer and great supporter of writers.
Is.
So in her 20s, what happened to her? She went to fill her car with petrol. Yes. That was back, now you millennials probably don't know this. That was back when you had to actually go in and pay. You didn't pay at the pump. You had to go in and pay. So she goes in to pay. She comes out, ready to go on her way, happily jumps into the wrong car.
Which I have done.
Which you have done.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't advise that.
No.
So in her 30s, this is what happened.
So is that all we know? She just went in the wrong car?
Yeah, right.
Realized quickly.
Yeah, apparently. So
It's always fun to jump in the wrong car. Yes.
In her 30s, here's what happened.
Okay.
This has kind of a happy ending. She was mowing her lawn.
Yikes.
Which apparently she calls... It is like that, actually. So apparently they call it mowing the lawn, just like we do. Mowing the lawn.
Okay.
The lawnmower went up in flames. Now this sounds a lot like you.
Yikes.
Went up in flames. The good thing was hunky firemen had to come.
Ooh.
So that was good.
That's sort of fun.
They surmised that it was a firework left over from bonfire night, which I think, is that their Guy Hawkes night around?
Oh, maybe so. So she mowed over a firework?
Yeah, she could have been hurt.
Wow, she could have been blinded.
Yes.
Yikes. Okay, so we're very happy she's okay.
Right, and that the hunky fireman
that
came.
That always helps in an emergency. Yeah.
Now, in her
no hunky firemen come to my house when I set my oven on fire.
Well, you keep trying, though, don't you?
I do.
You keep trying.
I do.
In her 40s, this actually has a happy ending. This calamity worked out pretty well.
Okay.
She's giving a talk at school.
All right.
She's a teacher or she's an administrator, but she's giving like a staff meeting.
Sure.
She noticed everybody's looking at her feet. So she decides to look at her feet.
Why not?
And it turns out that she had the same style court shoes on, but one was beige and the other was blue.
That's always a fear you have in the morning. It is,
but blue and beige, a little hint there. But the good thing was she didn't take them off today because somebody made her a 100-pound bet that dared her to wear them all day long like that. So she did. And then they ended up turning it into a charity drive for a children's hospice. It was like wear
the wrong
Tuesday.
Oh, I love this story.
Right, so it ended up being great. They raised over 1,000 pounds just by wearing the wrong shoes.
That's actually a great idea.
That's what I thought. So that's a calamity that worked out well. I wasn't sure what court shoes were. Yeah. And of course here in our country, if you look up court shoes, you will see basketball shoes.
Oh, yeah, but I don't think... See, I was picturing like maybe little kitten heel shoes that would be appropriate to wear in court.
Yes, that's what I think they are. They may even expand to pumps, what we would call pumps or high heels.
Perhaps.
Yeah, but you're right. I think that they're...
Court shoes.
Yeah, I like that name. Great. So where are we now? We're oh my gosh, we're time to say goodbye. So I want to just tell you something quickly, Laura, and I didn't want to say at the beginning because I thought if I talked about this at the beginning, everyone would turn off the podcast because I was going to say something about Wordle. Well, but we've talked about it so much that I thought I'll just say more Wordle and
shut us off, but we still love Wordle.
Well, yes. I wanted to let you know I've I do my Wordle. I also do the Quirtle, which I think we mentioned, but I now do it every day.
That is so hard. I'm very impressed. Very impressed.
And what is really hard for me, and you're the science gal, but I am not. I do Nerdle, which is all numbers.
Yes. I've tried that twice. That's a tough one. You are using your brain.
That's what I feel like every day when we get done. I say to my OH, my brain's okay right now.
That's the thing. We can say that proudly.
Right.
We can go another day.
Well, let's give each other a hug.
We
and
are.
We'll thank Pat.
Thank you, Pat. Where can we be found, Jean?
Okay. Boomerpod.com is our website where you will see show notes. You'll also see the show notes if you use any other app. They show up and they have links to things that we've talked about.
Yes.
All the vital things.
You, dear Jean, write those up so wonderfully. So thank you. And
Boomerpod is for
Instagram, which I'm sorry I haven't updated lately, but I'll
That's
try.
right. You
Give it a
might.
whirl. I might have updated.
Keep checking. You never know.
That's right. And Twitter,
and keep praying, keep smiling.
yes.
We love you.
We love you. Toodaloo.
Be sure to come back to beautiful Ohio and the OK Boomer podcast. To listen to previous episodes or to drop us a line, visit okboomerpod.com.